In this video, I want to go over how to use the Live Artifacts feature inside of Claude Desktop. And basically what this does is it will pull information from your different connectors. Could be Google Drive, could be Airtable, Notion, your CRM, any of that. And it can create these nice looking dashboards. So this Live Artifact, for example, we're looking at is for a cold email campaign I had, and it just nicely shows activity and how things are going. A little easier to see than staring at a spreadsheet. And then here's another example with SEO data that we're pulling in each week. And then it's kind of giving me updates on how things compared to the week prior. And one thing that's kind of cool too for Live Artifacts is it can use some AI analysis. So we'll see here it even gives me a summary over the latest run, which is pretty cool. So to set up a live artifact, first you'll need a data source. So in this example, we're going to be pretending like we exported 4 different files from our EMR system. We have our patient list, which just has the IDs, and probably is not HIPAA compliant. So you would not want any patient identifiers there. You'd have to remove that if your EMR system exports it with the patient identifiers on there. You can see here, it's just got the patient ID, visit date, and some of the information about them. We also have sales transactions. So this is just a list of all the different sales that we've done, as well as a list of all of our appointments. Again, de-identified just has the ID numbers. And finally, our different kind of packages that we have. And all we need to do is, if we want to create a new live artifact or dashboard based off of that, you come over here in the Cowork tab, there's a live artifacts button. You'll hit new artifact, create with Claude. From there, it's going to ask you to put in your stuff. So here I just provided a little description. I'm giving you a Google Drive folder that has some export data and where to find that stuff. And then if we come over here, we'll also want to add the connector for Google Drive. So here I'll hit add connector. You can search whatever you need, hit connect. We'll then ask for permission to connect. And now it has access to, just take this off because I'm providing it already. It'll have access to my Google Drive connector. And then in here, I did provide it exactly what the folder was called so that it knows where to look at every single time. It looks like it's kind of trying to guide me through it, but since I already put in a prompt, I'm just going to cancel what it's doing and then hit submit. Now it'll take it a couple minutes, so I'll pause the video, but it should give you kind of a first draft of a dashboard, and then from there, we can modify it as we see fit. All right, so it ran through a little bit, and then we can see here, it's basically saying, is it all right if I search for files that contain this? And then you can hit always allow, or you could say just allow once. In this particular case, I'll hit always allow. Also, if you were to come down here and hit act without asking, it would not ask you those questions, but especially for a Google Drive where there might be some patient information in there, it's always nice to clearly know where it's searching so that it doesn't accidentally pull in any files. Okay, so it has finished up, and we'll see here it provides some information on what it's finding, as well as a view of what the artifact is going to look like. And most of these dashboards are pretty in-depth. For example, this one has filtering. You can filter by particular clinicians. And we can see down here, it provides nice graphs for revenue, retention, all of that information that's in those Excel exports that no one really ever looks at. And so once it is fully good to go, pin it to your dashboard. So now anytime I go back over here, we'll see that it has my pin data. And you can, let's say the following month, you put in the new exports that you're getting and kind of overwrite the existing ones. Then you just hit reload and it'll pull that data in and show you the updated dashboard. I believe you can also set up, like if you go over here to the chat, you can have it scheduled to automatically pull at a certain interval, as well as do items on top of this, such as look at this data and then send me an email every Monday morning with what issues you're seeing based on the data. So lots that can be done. Like I had mentioned, I've done this for cold email, looking at different marketing stats, SEO, and then now that EMR data that you're uploading to your Google Drive. Most of the marketing stats in general tend to be the easiest because there's already connectors, so you don't have to manually go and export files and then add them to Google Drive. You just connect it to HubSpot or High Level or whatever you're using, and it'll automatically update this dashboard every single day, which is nice. A value I'm curious as to what different people make dashboards for, so definitely let me know. And then also working on starting a community that has different skills and custom GPTs and tutorials on how to do this stuff. Like I'll probably put this video in there just as a reference, kind of a one-stop shop to find all of this information. So if that's of any value, you can check it out in the description. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks.